What's going on, guys? Thanks so much for clicking on this video. You're here to watch my interview with AJ. He's the one and only founder that is legit, decent, awesome with his community, still goes on daily AMAs. His project EMP's been out for like 9 months. There's no fear of rug pull in a crazy environment like DeFi. It's awesome to have leaders like freaking AJ Brockman. So I'm going to get to the interview, but just so you know, this interview goes into their new project that they're adding to their EMP ecosystem. It's all about NFTs. They partnered with a project called MDB. And they've got this thing called Sentinel Squadron. So they're printing some NFTs. There's only 5,000 of them. They'll probably sell out. It's $1.5 million injection into their ecosystem, which is awesome. So if you're in Emp.Money, this is super bullish for us. For EMP eShares, if you look at the price of EMP and eShares, they're on the rebound. They'll probably continue that. October 30th is really the date I have in my mind when I'll be getting my NFT. Each NFT is $300. It prints it prints 2 different coins. I'm going to let EJ tell you what 2 coins does it print, and it makes me a daily APR. It's just putting more money to work, and I love doing that. So if you're looking for another passive income engine, this right here is a great opportunity, especially with a great developer like AJ Brockman. So if you like long form interview, this is for you. Go ahead, like this video, leave a comment. Let me know how many NFTs are you picking up. But I'll add this as just another one more thing, making that passive income during a bear market. All my friends are crying about inflation. I just keep my money working for me. All right, with that said, go ahead, enjoy this interview with the one and only, the guy who literally did a painting for President Barack Obama. He mentions that. I mentioned that in this interview. He's just an amazing all-around guy. But he does have a fascination with Disney characters, and you'll see this. It's a little weird. But anyways, we love him. All right, love you. Here we go. The interview with AJ Brockman. All right, guys, you know it. I got the man, the myth, the legend, and he's full of Disney characters behind him. What's up, AJ? Welcome back to the channel.
What's up, Jonathan? Yeah, brother. I think they're multiplying behind me, bro.
They're
Yeah, they're gonna take
multiplying.
over. Yeah,
I love
totally.
it. Oh man. So AJ, if you don't know, he is the founder of Emp.Money. It's where I've got a big stake in, and I've been a supporter of them for a long time. And every day, AJ, I come and I still make passive income, even in a bear market. So thank you to you and your team for all you're doing. And you always are innovating. There's always something new going on with Emp.Money. We're going to talk about that in a second. So before we do, let's go macro, micro, and then specifics onto EMP. So the macro environment right now, all hell's breaking loose. We got inflation. We got the Fed raising rates in a couple weeks. We got midterm elections. We got no regulation on stable coins. We got fear in the market. People's risk capital is diminished. You got yield nodes leaving, wealth mountain. You got James Pelton's head on a platter because he talks about you got all the blood in the streets. What
Yes.
are your thoughts? Like when have we hit a bottom yet? Are we at the end? What's going on with crypto?
So yeah, brother, it has been an absolute dumpster fire in all of DeFi, especially over the last week and a half. But yeah, man, I mean, I'm always of a long-term mindset, and we always talk about that within our community. I'm a crypto OG. I've seen this happen time and time again. This will be my 3rd bear market now, and it is all cyclical. And as you said, it's also reliant on the overall world economics, even outside of crypto. And I think that, I think we're closer to a floor than we have been. But you never know, man. I mean, again, until the CPI data turns around, and the Fed starts, lowering rates. I mean, we could be in it for another month, 2 months, 6 months. But once that finally happens, I think, by the end of next year, hopefully sooner, we could see a massive rally, in overall markets, and then obviously that bleeds into crypto for sure.
Yeah, if anything, we've learned that the crypto asset class is hyper correlated to the tech sector, NASDAQ, S&P. Like you're not going to see one just rebounding while they all, are dwindling away here. So that we know. So you got to look at outside of crypto and ask what's going to cause a market to rally. And I really think it hinges on the Fed and when they make a reversal. And I think that reversal might not be until February. So as much as we feel, AJ, in times like this, sell everything and just leave crypto and say screw it all, I remind myself that when everyone else is selling, these are usually the times historically to be buying. So this brings us to, crypto and DeFi. Um, are you looking at buying these dips? Are you sort of sitting on the sidelines? What's the strategy for AJ, a guy who's been around crypto for a while?
Yeah, absolutely, Jonathan. So even outside of my own protocol, I mean, obviously, I'm a degenerate at heart. I'm always looking for the next play. But yeah, I mean, you said it perfectly, bro. No matter what the market does, now is the time to accumulate. Again, not financial advice, but I've been through these cycles, and the most wealth is actually made during bear markets.
Yeah,
So, as scary as it might be, the last thing you want to do is sell the bottom. You want to buy the bottom and sell the top. And I
yeah,
know that sounds really hard, or it sounds really simple, but it's very hard in theory because typically investors are pretty emotional. And so you when the chart's going up, you don't think about taking profit, but that's really when you should be. And so to answer your question, man, I am accumulating now. I have been accumulating over the last few months. And when your grandma starts asking you about Bitcoin and NFTs, that is when you want to take
yeah.
profit. Yeah,
That is so true. And right now, when it's super hard to click that buy button, it's probably the right time to buy, right? So I love that we
for
just had
sure.
that conversation because a lot of you guys that are new to crypto, like, you need to know that. Like when all fears in the markets, that's usually time to buy. And it feels so wrong. It feels so dirty. What am I doing? Why would I buy and accumulate right now when everything is rock bottom? But that's when you want to accumulate. So first of all, we're going to talk now about your protocol and why now is a good time possibly to get involved with EMP. Um, but I was thinking about the actual DeFi space. You do have yield nodes, which basically, um, they said they were going to move to real world assets. They put a pause on withdrawals. Freeway did this. Wealth Mountain depleted. There's a lot of just crap going on. And the one thing I feel like is a shining light is EMP has kept printing. Emp.Money, which was an original fork off of Tomb Finance. Like, say what you want about it. There it's still going. You haven't rugged. There's been no downtime. There's been no issues. So big thank you to you for that because in light of everything else, Emp.Money has just kind of been a stable for at least me and my portfolio. And you're working right now at trying to even make it a stronger platform in the going in deeper into this bear market.
Yeah, absolutely, Jonathan. So again, bro, we don't want to make light of, these other projects that have completely rugged or disappeared. And we may not be the prettiest APR out there, but we are consistent. I mean, and that's the beauty of our protocol is that APRs in our protocol change based on market conditions. So, now that things have died off, we have to have lower APRs to be sustainable. And I would much rather have a protocol that is sustainable, and lasts for a long time than, this 2, 3% daily that is never sustainable.
Yeah.
So we've been working hard all along. As you said, we are a fork of Tomb Finance. However, we've implemented a lot of changes to that overall economic structure that has made it even more powerful through detonator, through reactor, through a lot of other things that really bring us into our own category. And yeah, as you said, I mean, I'm fully doxxed. My name is AJ Brockman. You can Google me. I mean, we're not going anywhere. I'm not running away with funds. Like you said, we've had 100% uptime. Our developer is one of the most trusted in the game. Shout out to Jake. So really, again, we're doing everything we can to
Mhm.
build during a bear market so that we can really, capitalize during the next bull cycle where all the funds start rushing in. And that's
Right.
another thing. I mean, we're not reliant on new capital entering our ecosystem, to still pay out these APRs because we have a closed loop economy where eShare always has value as long as we have a strong peg. So again, there's just many different mechanisms, and I know on the surface that this can sound very very complicated, and we've done everything we can to simplify things through our academy, and other things. But yeah, I mean, we've been consistent and sustainable literally for the last 8 months.
Yeah,
So
well, you got something cooking. The market seems to be taking notice because there is a big, uptick here in e-shares, and then you've got, or sorry, EMP, and but also e-shares as well. You can see this is crazy going from 120 to 250. That's a quick double right there. So let's talk about why you think there might be movement in your overall protocol. For those that are tuning in, there's all sorts of ways to play this. There's farms where you earn an APR. You can see right here, it's 95.26% or 0.26% daily. You've got detonator here, which see these time stamps, guys. This means you have to come to the website every day and click claim or compound. The same with reactor, just a different LP pair. Yeah, so the new thing on the block is your partnership with MDB. So let's kind of walk through that. Is there going to be like a tab on the side here for that new project, AJ? Will it be a completely different website?
yeah, so great question, Jonathan. So yeah, I mean, we've continued to build all these past few months, even during the bear market, but we've always had this idea of an NFT. And so we are big fans of NFTs that have actual use case, not just $1 million JPEG.
Right.
And
Not
so
just great
yeah,
artwork.
exactly. And so really and I'm an artist by background, and I
Yeah,
say
Google
that. So
AJ, guys.
yeah.
Google AJ's artwork. He
Yeah.
freaking did a painting for President Obama.
Yeah, 100%, Jonathan. But again, I mean, as an artist, you would think I'd be promoting $1 million JPEGs, but really, I never got it. Unless there's use case, then that's what really is the true value in an NFT. So we have this. This was always on our roadmap, and we have a great relationship with MDB, making DeFi better. They're another awesome DeFi protocol that has been fully transparent. The founders are doxed. They're keeping everybody in the loop. And so they had an NFT about a month ago that sold out in literally 1 minute. So we partnered with them and are utilizing both communities now to not only get exposure to the EMP ecosystem, but now also to the MDB ecosystem as well. So we're calling these the Sentinel Squadron. Again, a Sentinel is a being that oversees things for the greater good, and it ties into our post-apocalyptic robot, branding. And so, yeah, those are an example of a few of them down there. So they will not only will they be badass and have different traits from an artwork collectability standpoint, but they will also yield as well. So it's a
All right, so
total,
you've got
yeah,
these
yeah,
coming out October 30th. Today's the 27th. 300 bucks a pop. You can buy them in BUSD or Phoenix. Is that the MDB token? What
yeah.
chain?
So,
This is on
yep,
Binance Smart
the,
Chain.
absolutely. All of this is on Binance Smart Chain. Yeah, so and Phoenix Plus is a stable token in the MDB ecosystem, but if you're not familiar with that, you can just have USD ready. It's a total of 5,000 NFTs. So if we sell out, which I say if, but it's more like when, that would be $1.5 million of fresh revenue coming into the ecosystem. And we're able to utilize the reactor contract through the Win It Now button and all of the incentives that are in Reactor already to become one of the biggest participants in that contract. Again, this is all through smart contracts. Nobody is managing funds for you. Again, no expectation of profits from the work of others. If you're buying the NFT, you're agreeing to the smart contract, and it will utilize multiple wallets to go into this reactor contract. And by utilizing a 5-2 strategy, which is compounding more than we are claiming, not only does this provide amazing sustainability for the pool balance, of Reactor, but now we're able to claim responsibly, and we're claiming both eShare and BNB because it's eShare BNB LP. We use that eShare and some of that BNB to then buy eShare or just distribute the eShare we have and buy MDB and then distribute to all NFT holders. So it's truly a passive income play. And it also acts as an auto compounder because, as you said, Jonathan, some people get frustrated, even though it's all built by design to make the contracts
Right.
sustainable. Some people get frustrated that they have to interact every day. Well, if you're buying one of these NFTs, you literally don't have to do that. We do it through the smart contract for you, and there will be a UI, a new button on the homepage of the website that as long as you have one of the NFTs, you go to that page, you hit the claim button, and you're able to get all your eShare and BNB that was accumulated. So
So
again,
this
whether
NFT is printing BNB and eShare?
so it's printing. Yeah, it's actually we're claiming BNB and eShare, but the BNB is used to buy the MDB. So you're getting eShare and MDB, not BNB.
Okay, eShare and MDB.
Correct. And MDB, that also again is an asset. I'm sorry, an income producing asset. So again, everybody's here to make money. We want some of you taking profit in MDB and eShare. You know, that's why we're all here. However, through our boardroom mechanism, you're able to earn more utilizing your eShare, and through the MDB protocol, you can actually stake your MDB and earn even more MDB. So,
Right.
you know,
So that's the
you're
goal, is to
yeah,
split your LP and then take your MDB and put it in their platform.
exactly. Yep. And you will be getting liquid eShare and MDB. So you won't even have to
Oh,
break it.
okay.
Yeah, it just shows up right to your account. Again, we looked into distributing it automatically, but that was going to require a lot in gas. And we just would rather give you more rewards
Right.
than pay in gas.
And let
So
people
yeah,
decide when they want to claim it.
exactly.
So
Yep.
let's go through these key benefits. So I buy an NFT for 300 bucks. Uh and October 30th. Do I do that just by going to Emp.Money? There'll be a link there.
So yes, we actually will be minting on the MDB website.
Okay.
Again, technically, you know, they're hosting this NFT for us, but we'll be putting all the links, the official links. Again, never click on any DMs or any scams.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we'll have all
It'll
the
be
official
somewhere
links. Yeah,
like on the
exactly. Yep.
dashboard, you know, just
Yeah.
so just mark your
Yep.
calendars for that.
Yep.
And then
Totally.
once you have, you can get as many NFTs as you want, and they immediately have
Yeah. So
utility
we
attached to them, and you'll immediately start making eShares and MDB, correct?
Correct, and we have been very conservative on the APR that we're advertising, but as of right now, we're calculating about 0.4% daily, which again is super sustainable and pretty amazing considering, you know, the market conditions. So in reality, it may even be more than that. We're big fans of under promising and over delivering. But
So that
and so
APR will fluctuate.
it will. So it depends on a ton of factors. If anything, it's more likely to actually go up than down, just because the higher the price of eShare, that would mean a higher APR as well. So again, it's something that
Okay.
we can't really calculate based on the future. But we're super confident in what we're saying.
Right.
So
I mean,
and to
I'd
your
rather it just be consistent growth over time rather than 1.5% daily, and then all of a sudden that comes to an end, and they say, like Stable Fund did, oh, by the way, we'll give you all your money back, but you're not going to get any of the profits. Well, that means you literally didn't make any APR. Like that's what happened
exactly.
with Stable
Yep.
Fund. Like
Yep.
no one made any APR unless you were in it long enough to exceed the profit, exceed your actual initial capital. So I think the play going
Yep.
forward is like maybe slower, smaller APRs, but as long as they're real and as long as they are sustainable, That's what people want.
Totally, and you're not locked in. That's a beautiful part about the NFT as well. If you're not happy with the APR or you need some cash, you're able to sell your NFTs on the secondary market. Again, we're going to roll out a partnership with one of the large NFT marketplaces shortly
Okay.
after our mint. But yeah, so you could sell it as well, and who knows, it may even be multiple X of what you paid for it. That's why you really want to try to get one on the original mint if you can. So, and real fast too, Jonathan, about the minting process. So we're also doing something very, very unique, and we're only minting 500 NFTs at a time. So we're doing this not only to create more FOMO, but also to give everybody as fair chance as possible. So we're doing 30-minute windows for a total of 5 hours. And so ten windows total, 500 at a time. And so there is no minimum or maximum that you can mint. The minimum is one, obviously,
Yeah.
but there's no maximum. But again, if we sell out 500 NFTs in the first window within 1 minute, then you just have to wait 29 minutes to the next window, and then there'll be 500 more available. And if there is a window, say, 5 or 6 windows in, where we're only able to mint about 300 NFTs, say, and then the window ends, that will actually signal the end of the mint. So there is a way that there actually will be much less NFTs in circulation as well. So again, make sure you're available on Sunday to try to get one if you want one.
Yeah, that's a cool way to release them. So
Yep, it's very, very unique. Nobody has done it like that. We feel like it'll be killer. So, and then right there with superchargers, we
yeah,
can
what
talk
is
about
this
that real quick.
superchargers? Yeah.
Yeah, so everybody says, all right, well, this NFT is great for bringing in new capital, but what about EMP? And so we've also done what we call superchargers, where these are things that will actually help boost our peg as well. So because we utilize the Win It Now button on Reactor to double our investment, and again, anybody familiar with the Reactor contract, you're able to do that yourself. So we don't have any unfair advantage. You just have to have enough money to be able to do that. And what it is a matching bonus of 2% of the overall pool. So by doing that, though, there's also a 10% tax that goes directly to our treasury. And so that 10% tax um, on, again, $1.5 million, that's about
Wow.
$150,000 that will then be utilized to buy and burn EMP over the long run through other revenue streams. So yeah, we're doing everything we can to support the peg as well.
Okay. That's good to know. So this not only helps EMP, shares, everything's getting some benefit from this $1.5 million injection. Um,
Absolutely.
let's look through what else do you want to cover here? There's a lot. I guys,
Yeah, I mean,
I'll have to post a
it
link
is.
for their
It's a
white
lot, no
paper.
doubt. Yep, so we have a full white paper, we have a video, on our, YouTube page as well, that gives a fast breakdown, but really, the only other thing I wanna cover is the legendaries. So, there will be a total of 5, legendaries as well, and so we're gonna be giving away 3 of those legendaries in the minting process. So, by minting, you have a chance of getting a legendary. And these legendaries will be very, very valuable and collectible. The yield is the same, that 0.4% daily, because we want to be fair to the other investors. However, we will have much, much more use cases for these legendaries in our protocol moving forward. So if you own a legendary, you'll have early access to other detonators as a service, or instant VIP access. So these could be very valuable over the long term in our protocol. And then the other two legendaries, again, total of five, we're giving away three, and the other two are going to be auctioned off within our community tomorrow, starting. Again, the times are a little farther down. I think I want to say, yep, there you go. So tomorrow, is it there somewhere? Actually,
Uh,
yeah, I think, yeah. So
Saturday, October 29th, 2
yep.
p.m. The two
So
highest
that
bids both win the auction, as there are two legendaries up for auction.
Yep, so it starts 24 hours before that. So tomorrow, again, it'll be ready to roll at 2 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. UTC,
Yeah.
tomorrow, the 28th. And it'll be a blind auction where we'll have a Google form. You submit what you're willing to pay, and then the two highest bids will be, again, responsible for that bid. And we'll be checking wallets to make sure they have the funds available to pay for their bids. But yeah, and that again, I mean, we had great success with this in the MDB protocol. They did this the same way, and those legendaries went for over $10,000 each. So
Wow.
if you want a legendary, this is the only way to guarantee that you get one. So again,
Okay.
that happens tomorrow, and then the actual mint happens on Sunday.
So, for simple people like myself, if you buy an NFT, it's $300. Should I think of it as $300 times 0.40% equals, that's what I make daily on my one NFT if I just buy one, right? I
Correct.
make
So
this $1.20 though isn't in BUSD. It's divided by 2. I make 60 cents in MDB, which is this coin, which if it continues to go up, obviously that is reflected. And I make it in eShare, which is right here, half of that. So if that continues to go up, then so I'm making it not in two stable coins. I'm making it into coins that are related to
yes.
both projects,
And
right?
that will again hopefully appreciate in value. So and the other thing is that this is pure yield. So in other words, you're not losing out on that $300
Yeah.
investment.
So
It's
the
not locked.
$300 is I can sell that on another market if I'm like, ah, screw this, I don't want it anymore. That's fine. You're not out
Exactly.
$300. It's just
Yep.
a way to. So that's the thing I think everybody needs to really think about is if this seems confusing after reading the Sentinel Squadron white paper, think of it, you're putting your $300 to work. I mean, where else are you going to put it, right? You want to go put it in yield notes, go right ahead. You want to go put it in Wealth Mountain, go right ahead. Or you could put it in a project that isn't going to rug, it's going to be around for a while. And you're making, if you're like, I want to make these coins, okay, well then now you have an NFT that isn't, so don't think of it as I don't have $300. um think of it as I'm putting my $300 to work. You can go sell that tomorrow or whenever they create their secondary marketplace, or figure out who they're going to use to sell it.
Yep, totally.
uh
And
so
in reality too, Jonathan, again, not financial advice, but we've typically seen the mint price of these NFTs literally double, triple, quadruple, just because people want them. If they're not in the original mint, then they have to buy them on the secondary market. So there could be some arbitrage as well on the NFTs. And just like the
Oh, if they sell
major,
out, you're right. Because if the
yeah,
NFTs sell out, then there is that demand for, your $300. So right away, you could possibly flip that, make some money on the
absolutely.
flip.
Yep, and we would encourage that. I mean, we again, once we have our secondary partner, the marketplace confirmed, we'll also get 5% of all the trading volume on those NFTs. So that will be another revenue stream for the protocol. That just has to happen after the launch, because again, there has to be that volume. You can't hard It's not something you can hard code into the transfers. But yeah, so we're super excited for that. And again, not only everything that we just mentioned, but we also will be using a technique, what they call sweeping the floor. And this is what a lot of major NFT projects do on Ethereum, where the treasury will actually be buying back some of the really cheap NFTs on the secondary market, because we want that yield for ourselves as well, which will help lock up a lot of supply. So if we're able to buy, cheap NFTs, almost like a stock buyback,
Yeah,
for lack of a
that's
better
crazy.
comparison, and that will be it will hold the floor price of these NFTs and provide more yield for the treasury. So it's a win-win for everybody.
Right. Wow. Well, that's cool, man. So, what is what is the next step for people that are like, yeah, I've got $300, or I want to get involved. What should they do next?
Yep, absolutely, brother. So again, we've been on a massive marketing campaign. I have more AMAs scheduled all the way up to mint date, and we've already seen all this advertising bring in a ton of new eyeballs. And that's why we've seen the charts respond as well.
Yeah,
But
it's
really,
awesome.
all you got to be worried about is the legendary auction starting tomorrow, or again the main mint on Sunday. And we also are doing an email campaign as well. So if you want to join, learn empmoney.com/NFT. So we'll put that link all over as well. That will give you an email reminder. Again, there is no whitelist. You don't have to sign up for any special thing. Just be ready on Sunday when we go live.
What
So
time is that Sunday?
yep, 8 a.m. Eastern
Okay.
or noon UTC. So
Yeah,
yeah.
people are gonna be sleeping, AJ. It's too early.
I know. Well, that's what they said. We had to account for our
Yeah.
our all of our communities. We have a large European community. We have a large Australian community.
Awesome.
So this was a way to kind of make the best for everybody. And yeah, for me, I'm gonna be up all night partying for that 8 a.m. So I don't have to get up early. So we'll
There you
all
go.
party together. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. So if you're interested in this partnership NFT, guys, it's a way of printing two coins that if you're bullish on both of these projects, this is probably the best way to do it is buy an NFT, because then you're not out any money. You can go flip it. But it just, again, it's putting your money to work for you. This isn't an NFT designed to show your friends the artwork. It's got utility. And these are the type of NFTs that are the future. So
Totally.
cool, AJ. Well, thanks for coming on the channel and at least giving us some insight as to what's going on with EMP. Thank you for all the work you're doing to continue to add utility to this platform, and just making it a passive income engine for everybody.
Absolutely, Jonathan. Well, thank you, brother. You've been supportive from day one. I know I'm happy to call you a friend, and I appreciate your support and the support of your community. I mean, you guys have been supporters from literally day one, and I can promise, that we're not going anywhere. We're gonna build, continue to build, and really, this NFT is a catalyst for what we call the final form of EMP. So the next few months and in year, we have even more plans to make EMP as sustainable as possible. So
Yeah.
again, and
How
by then, yeah, hopefully we have another bull market.
how old is EMP already?
Yep. So we're going on 8 months, a little actually more
Yeah,
like 9 months. We launched
awesome.
February 15th. So
That's awesome, man.
yeah.
Well, congrats, and I look forward to it, and I look forward to having my own NFT as well. So, all
There
right,
you go.
guys.
All right, guys. Awesome. Thanks, brother.
Thanks, AJ. Guys, go ahead, leave a comment. Leave a comment if you're going to get an NFT. I'd love to know how many you're going to get. And we'll see you in the next one.